Hello everyone. Today I thought of sharing with you all what is depression and what really causes depression and what we can do about it. So in simple terms, what do I mean by depression is you have disconnected with yourselves. You have disconnected with your own needs. You have disconnected with your feelings. You literally have disconnected with your own self. And that is what I mean by depression. This is my definition. And actually, what has happened is you've been living a life of someone else. And it's not who you are. You've been just not being living your authentic life. And that's when the depression kicks in. And then the next thing is you have not been expressing who you are. You've been repressed your true self. You have a lot in you, but then you just go on doing something which is not representing who you are. And more time passes by, more you feel depressed within you. And the next thing is like depression is another way. Like there's a lot of accumulated, repressed feelings is inside you. Sadness, anger, and those emotions are not being processed, and you have been carrying that for many, many years, and now that just comes as a big wave, and then it keeps you like in the background all the time because there's a lot of emotions which is not being processed inside you. And I remember when a client came who had depression, like for I believe for nearly 20 sessions, what happened was like there's a lot of crying, lot of crying, lot of crying. Because more than pills, what she needed is that crying, like that emotional release from her sister. And mainly, as I discussed, is this is a proper disconnection with your own self, and you've been repressing who you are and not been expressing your true self. Okay, let's look at how someone can disconnect with themselves. What really happens? Why someone get disconnected from their self? The first thing is you haven't listened to yourself. You haven't been listening to your own intuition. You've been going on listening to what the society says as whom you're supposed to be. You've been listening to your parents as who you're supposed to be, where you haven't listened to your true voice within inside you. So it's very like, for example, let's take an example. Like, let's say that you want to become a singer, but your parents want you to become a doctor. And what you would do is you just, because you want to please your parents, you just keep aside what you want to do and become a singer. You just pursue the career that your parents want, which is uh, very much given respect by the society. And that's what the society wants us to do. But what about you? What do you want to do? What is your inner intuition telling you to do? Which can show who your true self is. And you are here to bring out that gift that you've been given by this universe. And more you keep that inside you, more you feel depressed. Because that gift is being given to you in order to give back to the world. Who knows, you want to become a singer, and by music, you want to heal the people. Because I remember one time I was talking with one of my clients, and she is a musician and she plays the piano. And like when I asked her vision, she said that I want to elevate consciousness through music. How does she do that? She wants to connect the audience with the music, that like she wants to connect the audience with the source through the music. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? We cannot underestimate any career out there. So what I suggest to you is like listen to your intuition, listen to what your heart says. Sometimes doing what your heart says is noise, it's dangerous. But even that's the case, just follow your heart, follow your intuition. That's what will liberate you. And the second thing is like why someone can disconnect with themselves is that they are constantly living in their head. And more they are living in their head, more they are disconnected with their body. And when they are disconnected with their body, they do not feel what they need or how they feel. So, like people who have depression, they are constantly in overthinking and just thinking about worst case scenarios that could happen in their life and just constantly ruminating about how bad their life is, how worthless I am, and how I'm not good enough, and why I don't look good, and this and that, and so many things, and I'm single, and what would I would die alone, and all these worries goes on in your head, and you're so caught up with this whole mind chatter. You don't have any gap between your mind chatter and yourself. So caught up and identified with this mind chatter and so disconnected with your body or how you truly feel. So, what you can do about this, come down from this head to the body and start feeling, start connecting with your body. See how you feel within inside. Go deeper into your body. Sometimes people don't feel safe to come to their body because there's so much repressed emotions inside them. Come down from head to the body and be with the body. See how you feel and feel it. Connect back with your body. Connect back with how you feel. Take breaks from this whole mind chatter. Whatever your mind says is not the reality. Look around, that's your reality. Look at a tree, look at a cloud, connect with this reality. Come down, come out of this whole mind mess. And the next thing is Like you have caught up in this whole societal program, and you have taken this whole program very seriously, and you also started running in the same program. You can see that it's like a program, like go to the school and then get the degree and then go get a job and do this job whether you like it or not, and then get married and have children and get the house, get the car, and it's just a complete program. Like, I don't think everyone's supposed to run in this program, and in fact, it's just a program. You can have some distance from this program and see, do I really want to run by this program? How can I take a break from this whole loop? It's going on and on and on. Do I really want to get married? Is that what I want truly? Do I want to have kids? Is that something that comes within me? Forget about the societal conditioning. See that for yourself. Is that your true calling? Because sometimes, like a woman can be there that like she doesn't want to have kids. What she wants to create in life is maybe she wants to create a business instead of a child because she has a different calling in her life. In this society, like women have been uh, like it's been shared that like there's this thing about like if a woman doesn't have a child, that means that's a failed woman. She has failed as a woman. Is that really true? Not at all. She might be a doctor and create healing for her patients. Everyone need to have a child. That's a societal conditioning. What do you want? That's the question. You don't need to run by this program. Get out of it. Fourth one is when someone doesn't know what their personality needs are, like it would be quite hard to navigate in this life. What are your personality needs? Your personality needs are the deep needs that you have been deprived, which you, once you give that to yourself, like you feel quite whole and you start really healing yourself. And that is like all this, like if you create, like let's say if someone creates their career based on these personality needs, this this career would be quite successful because this will be quite effortless because this is coming from your personality needs. You know, when someone doesn't know what they truly need in their life, that is one more reason why someone can get disconnected with themselves. So see what you're truly passionate about. Look at your YouTube history, what you've been searching in YouTube. Look at your books that you're reading. What are you passionate to read about? And look at your bank statement. Where's your money going into? What you are passionate about? What are the courses you are buying? Where does your money goes into? What coaching are you following? So like by doing that, you can see what are your personality needs, what you truly need in life. And more you give that to yourself, more you feel loved, more you will start healing. And sometimes people are not even aware about these personality needs because they are so disconnected. They have no idea what they truly want in their life because they are being over run by all these voices inside their head, because your mind is like a society which is put inside you. It's like a complete internalized society. So get connected with yourself. See what you're truly passionate about, what you truly need. For example, my personality needs, number one is uh, spirituality and personal growth and emotional connection, and there are other personality needs like that. So when I recognize those, it's quite obvious, and even my career is quite aligned with my personality needs, which makes it more effortless for me to do what I do because I truly love what I do. So the next thing is, like, we are so disconnected with how we feel. We truly don't want to feel how we are feeling. Each time we feel some feeling, which is a negative feeling, we try to run away from that feeling because it's uncomfortable to be with that feeling. So, how do we avoid feeling these feelings? We go and we go to some addiction. Either we start playing video games or we go for a start binge eating so you don't feel what you are feeling so that it instantly alter your mood. Or you start like going for the alcohol, you go and start smoking, or you go and just like, lose yourself in some TV series where you don't need to come and face your own reality or just lost in some fantasy. So all these ways that you are not, like, in a way to avoid yourself, avoid how you truly feel. More you run away from how you feel, more it starts accumulated within inside you. And even watching TV, all these are ways that you numb down your emotions so you don't need to feel them. What if you start connecting with how you feel, even though it's uncomfortable? Just be with them and see what these emotions want to tell you. How about you make friends with your emotions, even with your negative emotion? When the sadness comes in and you just sit with the sadness and see what the sadness wants to tell you. Sadness has a story to tell you. These emotions are like messages trying to talk to you. Listen to them. Don't try to run away from them. More you run away from yourself. And then more you get disconnected, more it's like a vicious cycle. So do not run away from how you feel, just connect with how you feel. Be with your emotions, they are not dangerous. Try just for 5 minutes and see how it is. Before you go and start binge eating, just be with how you're feeling and stay with those emotions. And the next thing is, like as I shared before, that you are so caught up with the mind. Like the next point I want to share with you, the reason why you're disconnected with yourself is because you are believing all these stories that your mind says. You don't see them as some stories. inside your head. You just literally believe what the mind says. Mind must be saying that, like, whatever I do is not gonna become success, and I'm such a worthless person, and whatever I do just end up as a failure. Why even bother to try? So all these are stories. Do not believe them. Remember, this is just a story inside. It's not the reality. These stories are not even your stories. Those are just what you hear and what you experience from your past. Those are not even your voice. Those are voices of your people around you. So do not believe these stories. And in fact, start questioning them. See why you are a worthy person. See why you are a good enough person. See how you can make it a success, whatever you're trying to create. And then the next one is, like, some people go on lying. I mean, not just lying to other people, but also to themselves. Be honest. In fact, if you're a spiritual seeker who's going in this path, become brutally honest. Not just honesty, but that is to a next level honesty. Like, some people are go online to themselves saying that I am fine with this relationship, whereas they are so, like, stuck in a relationship which is narcissistic. How can they be fine? Don't fool yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest. It might be very difficult to take action and do what is required to do because of this whole societal conditionings. But it's very important that you become honest to yourself, not just go online to yourself saying it's all good, which is not the case. I'll take one more example. Sometimes people go on doing a job saying that it's fine, it's all good, whereas they hate their job. They stay because of the pay or any other reason. Why you're doing this to yourself? You're just crushing your soul. Don't do this to yourself. Be honest with yourself. See that you hate this job and quit it. And I remember one time, like, I received a job where I can go to US and go there and live there and just do this job where it was even paying me more than I was earning on my own. And I simply said no to that. Why? Because I truly love what I'm doing. It's not like, I mean, though it paid more, payment is not everything, you know. Like, pay can satisfy someone for a certain extent. After that, people need meaning in what they're doing. So remember, just be honest, like, and do not, like, lie to yourself. Just be honest with yourself. If you don't like your job, quit it. And next one is, you, like, if you have gone through depression, then you must have taken your decisions out of fear, not out of love. What do I mean by that? Maybe, like, when you need to get married, like when you see that your years passing by 29, by the age 29, women really want to get married, and because of the fear, like, like where because of the fear of your parents or society or whatever other reasons, you're just making the decision to marry whoever comes in your life without considering a true connection. Take make decisions out of love, not out of fear. Remember this. Because fear creates more fear. Love creates more love. So more you just each time you have a decision to make, see where the base coming from, whether it's coming from love or whether it's coming from fear. And go towards where you move towards, make decisions out of love, where you move towards that path, not the fear. And the next thing is you go on comparing yourself to ideal figures out there. You are unique as who you are. How can you ever compare yourself with anyone? Remember that, look at your fingerprint, so unique. Just like that, you and what you create in this world is unique to who you are. And there's no one would ever be like a person like you. Honor yourself. Do not compare yourself with other people. How can you compare apples with pineapples? You can't. Just like it's like we are comparing sun and moon. Each has its own beauty, each has its own function. Stay away from all these social medias or take a break from them. And whoever you feel, if you feel like when you go to social media and then you feel inferior to some, you don't need to follow those people. You are perfect as who you are. You can't compare yourself with anyone. Just like we can't compare with the moon, with sun and the moon. Each has its own function and each has its own beauty. So do not try to compare yourself. And do not get trapped with this whole social media, whereas that everyone is showing their all best self, but no one sees their worst self. So just do not get caught up with that. It's like you are seeing someone's reality, 0.1%, 99% of their life you do not see. So please do not get caught up with this whole comparing loop. And the next thing is you are being repressed who you are. You haven't shown your true self out into the world. Bring yourself out. If you want to be a writer, start writing. Express yourself through writing. If you want to be an artist, start creating art. Do it. No one needs to even give any feedback. Just do it for yourself. Take out yourself and express who you are, express your talents. And there's an audience already waiting until you start creating. Remember that. And you are doing injustice to those people if you are not putting out your creation. Remember, let's say there's a pregnant mother, and that mother is not bringing that child out into the world, but she wants to keep it inside her. What would happen? that will destroy her. So just like that, it's very, very important that you take out what you have inside you out into the world. And express yourself in any form that you want to express. Do you want to express through music? Express it. Or write and do it. Or through a video just like this, do it. Express yourself, express your authentic self. Do not keep it to yourself. There's already an audience waiting until you create your creation. Remember that. I believe you have learned what's really, spiritually, what's really going on inside a person who has gone through depression. And do not get caught up with these labels. And I totally believe in you can go beyond this, you know. And there were times that I felt depressed and I went beyond that. And there are many people I've supported who went completely beyond that. And now they train themselves to be coaches. So I'm telling you, this is completely possible. This is not your reality. You can go beyond that. And believe in yourself, and you are more than depression. Remember that. Just that you need to release these emotions from your system. Once it's done, that's it. Thank you.